Hello viewers, a very warm welcome. I, Rutuja Sonavne, MBA student from SSR Institute of Management and Research, Silvassa, under the guidance of Dr. Rajesh Kumar Pandey, is here to present a video of my research paper with the title A Study on Prospects and Challenges of Industries in the COVID-19 Era. I would like to move forward with a quote. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. Talking about the contents of the paper covered in this video, the paper starts with the introduction of the study, moving forward to the objectives of the study, literature review, research methodology, prospects for industries during and post the COVID-19 era, containing Exhibit 1. Coronavirus has made Amazon a public utility. Challenges for industries during and post the COVID-19 era, containing Exhibit 2. COVID-19, a bigger challenge to the Indian healthcare system. And then a potential strategic plan to meet the challenges, which is my contribution to the paper, ending with the conclusion of the paper. The world is facing humanity's biggest crisis after the World War II. Undoubtedly, this epidemic disease, COVID-19, has put the world economy at a major risk. Coronavirus ravages the economic foundations of the world trade. Commentators have identified this outbreak as an outcome of hyperglobalization or starting of deglobalization. However, the world is going to face recession and the global losses, according to some commentators, which may exceed the World War I and II combined. The Indian economy has been experiencing significant slowdown over the past few quarters. There was a strong hope of recovery in the last quarter of the financial year 1920. However, the coronavirus epidemic has made the recovery extremely difficult in the start of 2020 and henceforth for the upcoming 6 to 7 months. The objectives of the study are to identify the prospects for industries in the COVID-19 era, to understand the significance of challenges faced by industries in the COVID-19 era, to present a potential strategic plan to meet the challenges faced by industries during and post the COVID-19 era. Further, the study was made taking into consideration reviewing 6 different papers on how the crisis is taking a toll on various economies of the world and the challenges and opportunities industries have during and post the crisis. It also covers how the new normal is going to be for the economy and various adversely affected sectors and others with possible uptick have also been discussed in the same. Policy changes and various traps in restarting the economy post the crisis is also covered. Talking about the research methodology, the study is done purely on the basis of desk research or secondary data, wherein the researcher has gone through various articles, journals and papers on and around the concept of COVID-19 pandemic and what challenges and opportunities the industries will have to seek in these times. Moving towards the main body of the study, talking about the prospects for industries, for millions of individuals and businesses, the threat of COVID-19 is financial ruin. But there are few industries that are benefiting from the considerable changes forced on the society. These industries are not only having opportunities today, but also in the post-COVID era. Few such industries like cloud computing, video conferencing and collaboration, electronic payments, e-commerce, streaming, gaming and video content platforms, online grocery delivery, telecommunication industry, pharma industry, etc. are the ones benefiting from the situation. The Exhibit 1 talks about how coronavirus has made Amazon a public utility. The COVID-19 outbreak hasn't slowed Amazon down. Quite the opposite. Even as other businesses have downsized or shuttered, Amazon has proved remarkably well placed to capitalize on these new circumstances, with customers spending a reported of $11,000 a second on its products and services. As lockdown orders have trapped people indoors, many are turning to home deliveries via Amazon. as they promote contact-free delivery, strengthening the importance of a company that has already captured nearly 50% of the US e-commerce market. Also, due to its various innovative measures and safety practices, Amazon, despite being a commercial entity, is increasingly looking like a public utility. Talking about the challenges for the industries. Industrial companies are grappling with the immediate impact of COVID-19 as both their manufacturing and supply chain operations are being disrupted, and other customers' own operations are facing similar challenges. This is having an exponential effect down the whole supply network, hitting industrial companies with a lag. All industries have been impacted by the COVID-19 crisis with varying degrees of severity. Talking about Exhibit 2, it deals with how COVID-19 is a bigger challenge to the Indian healthcare system. India's healthcare infrastructure is incapable of dealing with this crisis today. Shortages in medical supplies and an inability to provide adequate testing are the major issues. In India, there is a major shortage in the availability of beds in the hospitals. Pace of testing in India is very slow, and it can certainly encourage the spread. The acute shortages of doctors can result in a deadly chaos if the crisis doesn't come to an end, which is certainly not the case anytime sooner. Across industries, companies should act now to protect their employees and customers and prepare for the world beyond coronavirus. My recommendation or a potential strategic plan to meet the challenges faced by the businesses or industries during today's scenario can be identified by the following 3-step model. The first one, respond. Finding ways to reimagine a business as usual environment that minimizes disruptions for the organization requires a fine balance. Where telecommuting or flexible work arrangements aren't possible and companies must have workers on site or in direct contact with customers, it is important to provide infection protection measures. Therefore, conventional strategies fall short today, and industries need to respond differently in the current scenario. Second, plan differently. Although the losses are significant and long-term, but planning the correct way will help in recovering faster. Companies must incorporate pandemic planning considerations into existing resilience management activities to provide a comprehensive response and to provide continuity for their most critical products and services. Additionally, companies should consider establishing pandemic-specific policies and procedures, capabilities for employee communications, telecommunicating, and personal or family leave to minimize disruptions. Next, to recover. Taking the correct steps or measures will lead to faster recovery for the industries. Following are a few key takeaways from the learnings due to the crisis that will certainly benefit the industries. Applying a people-first mindset, investing in technology and infrastructure, assessing reliance on third parties, developing a robust communication strategy including social media, maximizing the use of government support policies, communicating with relevant stakeholders, and reshaping the strategy for business continuity. Concluding the presentation in a nutshell, I would like to say that although it is difficult to determine the exact impact that the coronavirus will have on the world's economy, it is clear the impact will be substantial and pervasive. When the crisis is over, it will be clear which companies have the resilience and agility to reshape their business strategy to thrive in the future. Thank you so much for watching.